And find your way to your downward facing dog. So fingers are lovely and wide, and knees are still, toes are still tucked under. Let's go up, tuck the belly in, long through your upper body. Let's bring the right foot just in a little bit and then stretch through this left leg. So it's as though we're just taking the right leg out of the equation so we can get a real stretch through that left leg. Take the kneecap into the back of the knee, stretch it out. And then switch over. So bring that left foot in a little bit, push into the right heel for a stretch on that side. Come back into your downward facing dog. And then I want you to move the hips. So I want you to bring the left hip towards the left shoulder and really feel a stretch through that right side. So it's as though you're pushing the right hip away. And there's a little bit of a lean over to the left. The weight comes over to the left. And then bring yourself back or go to the other side. So the right hip is coming towards the right shoulder. And so the left hip is pushing away. So you've got to stretch through that left side. Bring yourself back. Tailbone towards the ceiling, belly towards the thighs. Wide through the shoulder blades. Wide fingers. And now from here, you're slowly going to walk the hands to the feet. So you come into a forward bend. So get the weight shifting from one side of your body to the other as you walk in. At some point, you may come up onto your fingertips. Keep them strong so that you can use them. That's why we warm them up. And the first forward bend, keep your knees bent. Bent so much that the first two fingers come and touch the big toes. If you're feeling ready for your full forward bend, then go for it. But keep the knees bent if that feels better. So this is your liver point, one of your liver meridians. And when you come for your half forward bend, so we're going to draw the palms up the shins on an in-breath. Today we're going to take the hands behind the knees into that gallbladder point because we're still working with this spring energy. Okay. So you've got straight legs now, straight arm, long spine, a lift of the chest, an engagement of that lower back. So we're still warming up. Let's come down into our downward facing dog. So bend the knees. Fingertips start on the floor. Keep them strong as you come forward. And then the palms will connect with the floor. Find your downward facing dog. And then I want you to come out into a plank. Okay, so it might be the fingers come a bit further forward. I suspect so. Tuck the belly button in and just come into your first plank. Don't take the hips too low, remember. The work should be through your belly. I'm going to move down my mat a little bit. And from here, come to the floor. So knees, hips and chin all the way down. Keep the feet together. Bring the forearms forward, but the elbows nice and tight. So we're going to come up for a baby cobra. So pin the legs together and on an in-breath, up you come. Strong through the legs, strong through your buttocks. Tuck your belly button in, just gently look forward. Keep the neck nice and long. So breathing into this here. On your next out breath, bring yourself down. Hands by your shoulders, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Come by your knees if that feels better. And then you're going to walk back to your toes again. So start the weight walking from one side to the other. Come up onto your fingertips, keep them strong, keep them strong, keep them strong. First two fingers, big toes, and then rock it into your forward bend. Seeing how that feels, the elbows can come out to the side. And just adjust it for your forward bend. Always bend your knees if you feel your back is really not going over too far. Okay. Next in breath, palms up the shins, half forward bend, hands into the gallbladder point, which is behind your knees. Okay. Come back down, bend the knees, fingertips to the floor, walk back out. We're going straight into a plank. This time. Knees, hips, chin to the floor. And this time we're going to take the arms wider. So we're going to come off our mat onto the fingertips, okay, like we were doing coming back. Feet are pinned together, up we come. Lifting up. Strong through the legs. Buttock. Strong through these arms. Really sort of feel the biceps keeping you up there, okay. All right, gently coming down on an out breath. Hands ready for your downward facing dog. Back we go. Now we're going to walk back in to our toes, fingertips. First two fingers, big toe, full forward bend. Maybe that's feeling better now. Feet hip width apart. Tailbone towards the ceiling. Half forward bend, draw the palms up. They end up behind the knees. Lengthen the whole body. Okay, let's come down for another one. Off we go. Straight out into a plank. If you feel warm enough for a chaturanga, off you go. Otherwise with me, knees, hips and chin. One more with the fingers really wide onto the fingertips. In breath, push through the fingertips as you help your body up. Lift the chest. Engagement all the way up to the waist, belly button tucked in. So the biceps, it's all about the biceps, this one. Lovely and strong. Down we go. Back to your downward facing dog. Come straight up if you're feeling warm enough now. Feel into it first before you come all the way up with your fingertips to your toes. This time we're going to bring the fingers underneath the soles of the feet into that kidney 1 point, which is just below the middle of the pad of the foot, feet even. And then this time on an in-breath, we're going to draw up in to that point on an in-breath. And on the out-breath, we're going to release the elbows out to the side or bend the knees as well. We'll do 5. So the in-breath, so our kidney point, releasing 5 of your own. Come straight back out. So release those hands, bend the knees, fingertips first, straight into your plank. To the floor, chaturanga or knees, hips, chin. Feet together. This time the hands are going to come in line with the shoulders. Keep the elbows tucking in. We're going to come all the way up in a tight cobra now. So on your in-breath, lift the body, then use the hands. Keep the elbows tucked. Now you should feel the sides of the back. So depending on the arm position, will change the strength work in your upper body. So you can definitely feel the difference. Keep the breath moving. So let's gently come down on an out breath, triple warmer hip rock. So palm on the floor, another palm on the floor, forehead on those palms, just rock the hips. So soften up through that lower back. It's done all the work. And those back bends. Okay, stop that rocking. Ready for a downward facing dog. Up we come. Find your way back. And come down my mat. Check what's behind you, because we're going to take the right leg behind, okay? So on your in-breath, take the right leg behind. Bring that between the hands. Back heel on the floor for warrior legs. We're going to stay down, we're going to stay low. From here, we're going to come up onto our fingertips. And we're going to walk at an angle, about a 90-degree angle, out to the left. We're going to leave this right knee towards the little toe. So we're going to walk ourselves outwards. So I'm sort of coming towards you. We're trying to go low, but we're trying to come out as well. But leave the knee up. You don't want to turn around. You don't want it to feel as rocking in. You want it to feel as though it's pushing out towards the little toe and you're coming across. Okay. Stay in that. Breathing. So they call this humble warrior because it's, you know, low to the ground. And now let's see how that feels to walk in the other direction. So let's take that to the right. Find your way across. And, you know, just take it as low as you wish to go. Use that out breath to soften in here. So you're going to bring those hands all the way back towards your left, and then you're going to come to the long edge of your mat into a wide-legged forward bend. So the toes are going to tuck in, the heel's going to come outwards so you feel nice and steady. And then we're going to come into some side lunges. So you can stay high doing these and come over from side to side, or you can come really low, lift the toes. Just see how low you can come. All right, so just work with it. You might need to adjust your toes. You can use your hands. If you've done yoga with me before and you want to come up onto your, come up nice and high with the hands in the prayer position, you can do that as well. Okay, see how it goes. But just keep moving across and coming as low or staying as high as you wish. The next time you find yourself at the front of your mat, stay there, okay? Turn again, downward facing dog. Walk the hands to the feet. Full forward bend, and you choose your own, okay? If you want to take the fingers under the front of the feet as you're warming up now, you can, or any of the other two that you did, or make it your own. And then your half forward bend, so coming up with those palms up the shins into the backs of the knees. From here, we're going to walk ourselves back out just into a downward facing dog, okay? Use the fingers and then come onto the palms of your hands. Just come to the other side. So on your in-breath, take the left leg behind, tuck the knee to the belly, bring that between the hands, back heel turns into the floor. You stay low with your torso and then come out to your right. So you're stretching out as far as you can go. I've run out of space. I've got the radiator in the way. So we're coming as far out as we can. And the left knee is staying out towards the little toe. And you're up on your fingertips, like a sort of crab crawling its way out. Walk those fingers in, and then you're going to come and bring them over to the right. So you sort of got to get across that left thigh. And that Ujjayi breath, use that Ujjayi breath. I'm going to go to the other side of my mat where I should be. Now bring the fingers forward, downward facing dog. Take that foot back, move around, see how it feels. So from here, we're going to crisscross the feet and come to the front of our mat. So the right foot to the left, left foot to the right. Take your time, do several. I'm going to turn to face you, feet hip width apart as we, in breath, dangle the arms, come all the way up. Oh. That's lots of forward bends. Okay. So now we're standing, we've got the feet hip width apart. Let's just do one mountain pose. So lifting the toes, widening them, taking the little toes to the floor. So rock out to the outsides of your feet. Separate the toes, bring them to the floor. Sucking the ears, shoulders and the hips, rolling the shoulders back, fingers towards the floor, and then the thumbs rotate out. So we've got this downward movement of the fingers. Keep the arms in this position as you take the right foot and just step it back, just a step. Both feet are straight, both legs are straight, sorry. From here, you're going to bring your chest forward and towards the floor. So leave the hands where they are. Feel the weight on this front left leg. As you sort of reach in with your chest, once you've got part way down, bring the fingertips to the floor. Try and keep both legs straight. We're not coming in really for a forward bend. We're going to walk those fingertips forward again and see how far we can stretch into it. You want to feel this left buttock is pushing backwards. So your hips are squaring off a little bit. Just see where you can get to. If you want to have a block underneath those fingers to bring you up so you've got a bit more space, please use your block. Anytime you feel you're dangling in midair, then get your blocks out because they just help to anchor you into the pose. Okay, we're all built differently, don't worry about that. So just lengthen in, staying here. So bending that front knee, tuck the chin to the chest, dangle the arms, in breath, push through the front foot and just find your way gently back up. Once you're here, come to the front of your mat and find your way back into your mountain pose again. Lift the toes, spread them onto the floor, stack your spine, roll the shoulders back and down, rotate those thumbs out. So this time it's left leg back, just a step. And the left toes will be out slightly, okay. So again, with the arms still in your mountain pose, the legs are straight. Lift the chest as you hinge from the hips and bring yourself down. Then you start to bring the fingertips to the floor. Block or no block. Once you've anchored the fingertips in, then you're still trying to lengthen. So the crown of the head is still moving forward. And now it's this right hip that's going backwards. So everything is long. Feeling really long through everything. If you're hypermobile, be careful of this front leg, that the knee doesn't push back too far. If you feel you're doing that, then just engage the the muscles of the legs more, and that will hold you tight without going too far with that knee. Okay. So from here, bend the front leg, release, tuck the chin, and on the in-breath, just stack the spine and come all the way up. Back foot to the front foot. Then have a move around. So let's bring the legs wide, sort of shoulder width apart. Soften the knees, a little tuck of the tailbone, dangle the arms and just sort of jog up and down basically. Just loosen up a little bit because we've done quite a lot with downward facing dogs and strength work. So let's just go. And if anything needs to come out on the out breath, just let it go. You're all at home, so it's better than being in a class. You can make as much noise as you like. And really go a little bit deeper with your bounce. Okay, and gradually come to a stop. Whew. That's got me tingling all over. Heel toe the feet in to their hip width apart, hands in the prayer position. Bring the thumbs into your heart space, the first fingers into the hollow in the neck, elbows rising up. Connecting heaven and earth, remember be soft through your knees, so we're nice and warm in this one. We often use it for warm up. So on your in-breath, look towards the sky with the top palm. Okay, your out breath, come back. Touch those spaces in between. Off we go, in-breath. We're warm so we can really stretch into this. Really have a good bend through the knees. Out breath to come through. Look up. The neck's warm. Connecting heaven and earth, so the palm towards the sky, the other palm towards the earth. Let's do one more round wherever you are. Always go with your breath and not mine. You don't have to synchronize the whole time.